Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most respected badges you can get in the cloud world, the AWS Certified Developer Associate. So, if you're looking to prove you've got the skills to build on AWS, this explainer is going to be your roadmap. Let's get right into it.
But before we get into all the nitty-gritty details, let's ask the most important question, right? You see this badge all over the place, on LinkedIn profiles, on resumes, but what does it actually mean for you, for your career? What doors does this thing really open?
Well, in a nutshell, it's all about proof. This certification tells employers and colleagues that you don't just know about AWS, you are genuinely proficient in the entire application lifecycle. We're talking developing, deploying, and even debugging, and doing it all the way AWS recommends, using their best practices. It is way more than just a line on your resume. It's a serious stamp of professional approval.
Okay, so first things first. Is this exam actually the right move for you right now? Let's do a quick little gut check.
You know, AWS is pretty upfront about who this is for. Ideally, you've got at least a year of hands-on, real-world experience building and maintaining apps on their platform. If you're already in a developer role, this is kind of the perfect next step. But hey, if you're brand new to IT in the cloud, they recommend starting with the AWS Certified Cloud Practitioner exam first. You got to build that foundation, you know?
And the payoff here, it goes way beyond just your resume. It's about the human side of things. People who get certified almost always report this huge boost in confidence. And just as important, they gain a ton of credibility with their tech teams and customers. It's that feeling of walking into a meeting, knowing your skills are validated, and you can speak with real authority.
All right, let's quickly hit the logistics. What are you actually signing up for? You get 130 minutes to answer 65 questions, and it costs $150. Simple, straightforward, that's the deal.
So you're thinking, okay, I'm in. Awesome. Now what? How do you actually get ready for this thing? Well, the good news is that AWS lays out a super clear, four-step plan to get you from day one to certification day.
And it's a really logical process. Step 1, just get a feel for the exam itself. Look at some practice questions so there are no surprises. Then you use digital courses and hands-on labs to fill in any gaps in your knowledge. After that comes the really important part. Review and practice, practice, practice. This is how you find your weak spots. And the final step? You take the official practice exam. Think of it as your dress rehearsal before the big show.
And once you pass, which you will, how long is it good for? 3 years. That's right, this certification is valid for 3 full years before you need to think about recertifying. It's designed to make sure your skills stay fresh and relevant.
Oh, and here's a fantastic perk you should definitely know about. Once you're certified, AWS gives you a 50% discount voucher for your next exam. It's their way of encouraging you to keep learning and keep climbing that certification ladder.
Okay, so we've talked about the plan, but what do the questions actually look like? Let's pull back the curtain and look at a couple of real-world scenarios you're probably going to see.
Okay, here we go. This is a classic serverless problem. You've got a Lambda function that's just hammering your database. It's opening up so many connections that the database can't keep up. This happens all the time when you scale. So, what's the most efficient way to fix this?
And the answer is D, Amazon RDS Proxy. Why? Because RDS Proxy was literally built to solve this exact problem. It sits in front of your database and pools all those connections so your Lambda functions don't crush it. It's the perfect, efficient fix. Let's try another one, this time with the security focus. You need to manage credentials for a whole bunch of different databases, and security policy says you have to rotate those credentials automatically. So, what's the absolute most secure and automated way to handle that?
Yep, the answer is D, AWS Secrets Manager. I mean, the name kind of gives it away, right? It's the only service on this list that's specifically designed to both securely store your credentials and automatically rotate them for you. It's a total game changer for security.
Okay, so you've seen the prep plan. You've even tackled a couple of practice questions. Let's bring this all home with a final readiness check. How do you really know when it's time to book that exam?
The whole exam really boils down to these 5 core areas. They cover the whole life cycle of a cloud app. You have to know development, serverless, security, monitoring, and databases. Think of these as the 5 big pillars you absolutely have to master.
And here's a little pro tip for your studying. Turn that list into a personal scorecard. Just be honest with yourself and rate your confidence in each of these domains on a scale of 1 to 5. This isn't about ego, it's about strategy. It'll show you exactly where you need to focus your energy.
So what's the magic number? What should you be aiming for?
You want to be at a solid 4 or ideally 5 stars in every single one of those categories. Once you're hitting that benchmark consistently, that's your green light. That's when you know you're ready.
And that's pretty much the whole story. We've laid out what this certification means, who should get it, and the exact path to prepare. You officially have the map. So the only question left is, are you ready to start the journey?